Hello guys, in this video, like I said on the previous one, we are going to make a connection to AD via LDAP from FortiGate to the Active Directory server. So it's going to be from the FortiGate over here to this Windows server that is running Active Directory, and basically it's going to let us authenticate with those users that we created on the previous video. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, we have to go to user and authentication, and we want to go to LDAP servers. So right there in LDAP servers, what we're going to be doing is that we are going to be adding that server so we can pull those users to authenticate. So go to create new, and over here just call it LDAP AD, right? And the IP address of that server is 192.168.1.100, I believe. Port, we're going to use the default. Over here, for this guy, we're going to say DC lab, right? Because that is my domain name, and then DC is going to be local, right? My domain name is lab.local, so that's why I am using this distinguished name. Yours might be different, so make sure that you distinguished name for you to be able to connect, right? And then after we do that, we want to go ahead and connect to it via just regular. So the user that we're going to be using is the administrator user, and we're going to be saying add lab.local. And the password, I am not going to show you my password. There we go. And before you actually click OK, you want to go ahead and test the connectivity to make sure that it works. There we go. It looks like the LDAP connection works, so this should be good. There we go. Never say that password. So now the next thing that we want to do is that we want to map the group to FortiGate group. The way they do that, you go to user authentication, user groups, and in here you want to create a new group. And let's go ahead and call this group dev, right? And it's going to be a remote group, and the remote server that we're going to be using is that LDAP server that we just added. And from over here we can just search dev, press enter, and you're going to right click and you're going to add the select, and you're going to add it, right? And you can also search for the network one and network team, and you can go ahead and add selected. Press OK. So we selected two, the dev team and the network team group. So that's great. So you can go ahead and press OK. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and also add the user. What do you want to call it? Wait, what did I just put? Dev. So since I called dev, I should just add the dev one, right? That makes sense. So let me go ahead and check the network team over here. Go ahead and remove selected, press OK, and then just go ahead and call it dev team. And the other one, we are just going to add another one and just call it network team. That makes the most sense. Network team, and it's going to be a remote groups. We are going to be pulling it from LDAP, and we are going to be adding the network team. This one right here, add selected, press OK, and press OK. Looking good. So we have pulled those two, the dev team and the network team, from LDAP. It was an LDAP connection. So the next thing is that we want to add the users in here as well. So if you create a new one, we are just going to call it an LDAP remote user that we want to pull from here, and from LDAP, correct. Then after that, we can just go ahead and add this guy, dev1. Can we add two at a time? Maybe. Let's see what happens. Submit. Yep. So we added dev1 and dev2. Now if we want to add the network ones too, we want to select the remote LDAP user. Go next. We select the server to make that connection, and then we are going to add this two one and select it, submit, and now we have dev2, dev1, network 2, and network 1. So that's how you are able to, to add users from an LDAP connection or from a remote connection. So on the next video, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be testing this out. And the way that we're going to be testing this is that we are going to put a source for the remote LDAP groups, and then also source for the users, and we are going to be testing this to see if authentication is going to work. So I will see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.